Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the update statement architecture. Yesterday, we have completed the select statement. So today, we are going to talk about the update statement and what happens exactly in the update statement when a person is giving update statement. So what exactly happening in the background architecture is what today we are going to learn. All right. So let's start the update statement. Before we go with the update statement, yesterday I would like to recollect a few things on what yesterday we have spoke. We spoke about the select statement in which we have we have cleared almost many things like select start from EMP. What happens when a user is giving select start from EMP? Okay. Now the interesting part is about update statement. Okay. Update statement is like this: update EMP set name is equal to, for example, if employee name was wrong. Okay, now we need to update the employee name in the employee table. So employee name ni update cheyali employee table lo. So how will be the update statement? User aim update statement is update employee update table set name is equal to some name is equal to some ABC. Okay, or like you can take any name you want. Okay, sorry, e batch I'll pick two people like Akanksha and Akshinta, for example. Okay, Akanksha and Akshinta, I'll take these two people names. Okay, so update EMP set name is equal to Akshinta, where name is equal to Akanksha. Let's say that is the statement. So this is the statement. I repeat statement. What is the statement? Update EMP employee update employee table, update table name, set name is equal to Akshinta, where name is equal to Akanksha. So that is what the statement is. So what I'm doing with the update statement, user is updating Akanksha to Akshinta. Akanksha అనే నేమ్ ని అక్షింత తోటి రీప్లేస్ చేసి అప్డేట్ చేస్తున్నాడు. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ద స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇస్. స్టేట్మెంట్ అర్థమైందా ఫస్ట్ అందరికి?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood the statement?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So now let's see what happens when a user is giving update statement. When a user is giving update statement like this, which table user is actually targeting? Which table user is targeting? Which table user is targeting?
Employee table.
Yes, exactly. Employee table. Okay. User is targeting employee table. So first what happens when a user is giving update statement? First what happens, listen very carefully. No unmuting, okay? Listen very carefully. First, whenever user gives any update statement, the first thing what happens is, just give me 1 minute. 94%. Add one more data file. Okay, so first thing what happens is whenever user is giving any update statement, first what happens is, before any update statement happens, select statement will happen. Before update statement, select will happen automatically. Everyone remember this very carefully. Whenever user is giving update statement, before every update, select will happen. Select will happen automatic. The select will happen. Why select is happening? I'll tell you. What is the statement that user is giving? User has given the statement update EMP set name is equal to Akshinta, where name is equal to Akanksha. So what select statement will happen is select star from EMP where name is equal to Akanksha. Our statement అయితుంది first. Okay, ప్రతి update statement కి ముందు, for every update statement, before every update statement, select will happen. Sure, 100% select statement will happen. So everyone knows what is a select statement, right? Now I'll tell you what is this update statement first. Whenever user is giving update statement, remember very carefully. I'm starting the steps. Step number 1, client process will check whether the update statement given by the user is correct or not. This is syntactical validation. Once the syntactical validation is completed, step number 2, it will pass the syntax to the server process. Now, server process will go to the library cache and check whether this update statement and the execution plan related to the update statement is there or not. Now, everyone knows what is execution plan, right? So, execution plan and ento telusu. Execution plan and enti, where exactly is the data block related to akanksha is there. Akanksha ikkada manam akanksha ni update చేస్తున్నాం, అక్షింత తోటి రీప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఆకాంక్ష అనే ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ ఏ టేబుల్లో ఉంది, ఆ టేబుల్ ఏ డేటా ఫైల్లో, ఏ సెగ్మెంట్లో, ఏ ఎక్స్టెంట్లో, ఏ బ్లాక్లో ఉంది అనే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్. ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉందా లేదా? సో ఫస్ట్ client process will check whether the syntax is correct or not. This is syntactical validation. Once the syntactical validated statement, it will give to the server process. Server process will check in the library cache whether the update statement and its related execution plan is there or not. No, it is not there. Then step number 3, it will go to the data dictionary cache and pick and see whether the metadata related to the employee table is there or not. No, it is not there. Then server process has the capability to go to the system table space or system data file. Sorry, is it system? No. So yeah, server process has the capability to go to the system table space or the system data file where the employee table metadata information is there. It will go pick the metadata information and keeps in the data dictionary cache. Now, employee table information, the metadata is there. Okay, now what happens once the metadata is there? Server process will check whether this ABC user, anukunna example, ABC user. Server process will check whether this ABC user is having the update privilege. Ante ఆ టేబుల్ ని అప్డేట్, ఆ టేబుల్ లోపల ఉన్న డేటాని అప్డేట్ చేయడానికి పర్మిషన్ ఉందా లేదా ఈ యూజర్ కి? Yes, permission is there. So this is called semantic validation. Once the semantic validation is there, it will send the syntax to the parser. Now parser, what it will do? It will parse the syntax. How? Update, okay, emp, okay, set name is equal to, okay, akshinta, where name is equal to akanksha. So it will parse. Now what it will do after parsing? After parsing, it will execute what? It will execute select statement. It will not execute update statement immediately. First it will execute select statement. Select statement ante em select statement use chestudante ikkada em update chestunnamo? We are updating one employee name. Which name? Akanksha ane employee name akshinta toti update చేస్తున్నాం. సో మనకి ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్ select star from emp అంటే ఏంటి? select star from emp అంటే it will select the entire మొత్తం all rows and columns, all rows in the employee table it will select star from emp అంటే. కానీ ఇక్కడ మనకి emp టేబుల్ మొత్తం రీడ్ చేయాల్సినంత అవసరం ఉందా? లేదు. ఎందుకు? we are updating only the row that is belonging to akanksha. సో ఇక్కడ ఏ స్టేట్మెంట్ యూజ్ చేస్తుందంటే select star from emp where employee name is equal to akanksha. That statement will happen. ఈ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ పార్స్ చేసుకుని ఫస్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. సో వన్స్ పార్సింగ్ is completed, what happens is it will generate some n number of execution plans, which we know that, and optimizer will pick the best execution plan and it gives to the server process. Server process will actually store the execution plan in library cache. Okay, server process will actually store the execution plan in library cache, right? So what happens here after storing? Server process now it will use that execution plan. Okay, server process, it will now use this execution plan and it will reach, using this execution plan, it will reach the data file. It will reach the data file and segment and extent and block. Which block is this? The block that is belonging to akanksha. It will pick the block and keeps in the database buffer cache. Keeps in database buffer cache. So now every block will have what? Every block will have version. Every block will have one version. So let's assume that this is let's assume that, okay, this is version v1. Okay, so listen very carefully. ఆకాంక్షకి సంబంధించిన బ్లాక్ తీసుకొచ్చి డేటాబేస్ బఫర్ క్యాష్ లో పెట్టింది. ఇంకా ఇది అప్డేట్ అవ్వలేదు. స్టిల్ ది డేటా ఇస్ నాట్ అప్డేటెడ్. స్టిల్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆకాంక్ష ఓన్లీ. సో when it keeps the block in database buffer cache, ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే డిఎంఎల్ లాక్ పడుతుంది. ఈ బ్లాక్ మీద డిఎంఎల్ లాక్. ఒరిజినల్ డేటా ఎక్కడ ఉంది? డేటా ఫైల్లో. ఆ డేటా ఫైల్లో ఆకాంక్ష బ్లాక్ మీద లాక్ పడుతుంది. ఎందుకు లాక్ పడుతుంది? డిఎంఎల్ లాక్. సో దట్ no other user can actually update the same akanksha value. Okay, so and also if nobody can actually use the same update statement if some other user is updating the values. So there will be a DML lock on the statement. Okay, now this is version v1 block. Version v1 block. Okay, this is version v1 block, which is still akanksha only. It did not updated. Okay, it did not updated. When it will update? When the old values are moved to undo table space. Once the old values are moved to undo table space, then it will change the value in the buffer. Database buffer cache lo value change ayi version v2 ki change chestundi with the name Akshinta. Okay, so still it is updated value only. It is updated value only. Still the lock untadi. Still the lock will be there. Still the lock will be there in the data file where the block is there. Okay, still there will be DML lock. Why? Because old values are stored in the undo table space. Okay, old values are stored in undo table space, and the value is updated to the new value from Akanksha to Akshinta. So still it is updated value only. Why it is updated value? Because this user might commit the statement or roll back the statement. ఒకవేళ roll back చేస్తే old value will come back. ఒకవేళ roll back చేయలేదనుకో, why we are keeping the old values in undo table space? Before the update happens, the old values are stored in undo table space. Then in the buffer the update is happening with version v2. Why the old values are stored in undo table space? Because of two reasons. One, the user who is doing the update might commit the statement or roll back the statement. Second, some other user, not ABC, some other user is actually want to see the employee table data. So already a block మీద లాక్ పడింది కాబట్టి ఆ బ్లాక్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి రీడ్ చేసి old value will be displayed to that user. For whoever is the user wants to select the employee table, the value is updated but not committed kabatti the old values will be displayed from the undo table space. That is why we are actually storing the old values in undo table space. That is the purpose. That is the reason. Okay, that is the reason we are actually storing the old values in undo table space, right? And once the old values are stored in undo table space, what happens is the value will be updated. Once the old values are stored in undo table space, the value will be updated and the version is changed to v2. Okay, version is changed to v2. These are called change vectors. Okay, these are called change vectors. So this is still updated value only. Which is in the buffer. Okay, now these change vectors are actually moving to the redo log buffer cache. The change vectors are being moved to redo log buffer cache. Okay, so the old values are stored in the undo table space because of that purpose anamata. Okay, and then these are called change vectors. If the value is changed from Akanksha to Akshinta, the value is changed from Akanksha to Akshinta, those changes will be moved to redo log buffer cache. Okay, and these are called change vectors, and these change vectors will be taken by log writer and writes into redo log groups, which everyone knows that. From redo log buffer cache, whatever the live transactions are there, they are written into redo log groups. At the time while they are writing, user has issued a commit statement. What happens after commit? After commit, there are some things happening. Everyone, please be very careful here. Once commit happens, what happens is, after commit, this version of the block will be changed to v3, and this is a committed block. This block is a committed block with name Akshinta. These are called dirty blocks. After commit, the block will be called as committed blocks, which are dirty blocks. Okay. Now after commit, what happens? It will wait it till the redo log group is completed, writing into the redo log group. It will wait, and once the redo log group is completed, after commit also, it will switch, right? When it is switching, once the switch is done, checkpoint will come into the picture. Now everyone knows, right, what is the SCN number, 1 to 100, for example. Checkpoint will come into the picture, and it will take the checkpoint change number, which is 101, and writes into control file and data file headers. Okay. Once checkpoint is completed writing the checkpoint change number, it will invoke or it will wake up DB writer, DBWR. That is one of the background processor. It will wake up DBWR, database writer. Hey, database writer, my job is completed. I have written the checkpoint change number in the control file and data file header. Now your job. What is job of DB writer? DB writer will pick this committed value and writes into the data file body where the block is there, which is previous block, which is Akanksha. It will update to, it will after commit, it will write the new value as Akshinta into the original table. Once it is written, the lock is gone. Then user will get a statement called commit complete. Then remaining all users who are doing select will see the new value from now. This is the update statement. Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Trish.
Yes, sir.
Confusing.
కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్
సింపుల్ గా స్టెప్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిస్తా. ఏనండి?
Yeah, Trishul.
Yeah.
You can explain the steps in like if you give one whiteboard, that will better us to understand.
This is whiteboard only, right?
Yeah.
Actually, this is whiteboard only. But then that's okay. I'll explain. Yeah, I'll explain again. Okay. Fine. So user is giving update statement. What happens when user is giving update statement? The statement is update, the EMP table. Set name is equal to Akshinta, where name is equal to Akanksha, which means Akanksha and name ni Akshinta ki change cheyali. Okay. So before every update statement, select statement will happen, which I already told you. So first client process will check whether the update statement is correct or not. This is syntactical validation. Once the syntax is correct, it is validated and it will send it to the server process. Okay. It will send to the server process, right? Once the statement is updated, once the statement is correct, it will send the statement to the server process. All right. Okay. So yeah, I repeat from the beginning again. Okay. I repeat from the beginning again. So what happens when a user is giving update statement? Okay. When a user is giving update statement, what exactly will happen? Okay. So when user is giving update statement, before every update, there will be a select statement happening. So first client process will check whether the update statement syntax is correct or not. If the syntax is correct, the syntactical validation will be completed and pass the syntax to the server process. Server process will go to the library cache and check whether the syntax plus execution plan is there or not. No, it is not there, because for the first time user is giving the update statement. Then it will go to the data dictionary cache and check whether the metadata information is there or not. No, it is not there. Then server process will go to the system table space, pick up the metadata and keeps in the data dictionary cache. And from then server process will check whether this ABC user is having the privileges for update statement or not. Yes, this is called semantic validation. Once semantic validation statement, it will pass the statement or syntax to the parser. Parser will parse the syntax, and what happens? It will generate some n number of execution plans, out of which optimizer will pick the best execution plan and give to the server process. Server process will actually store this execution plan in library cache for future use, meaning ఇంకా ఎవరైనా నెక్స్ట్ టైం సేమ్ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కానీ అలాంటి ఏమైనా ఇస్తే ఇంకా ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్ రెడీగా ఉంటుంది అనమాట ఇక్కడ. సో ద బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్ విల్ బి టేకెన్ బై ద ఆప్టిమైజర్ అండ్ గివ్ ఇట్ టు ద సర్వర్ ప్రాసెస్. ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్ ఏముంటుంది? ఇక్కడ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ లో ఏం అప్డేట్ చేయాలి? we have to update as Achinta from Akanksha. So select star from EMP where employee name is equal to Akanksha. అంటే ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ ఆకాంక్ష ఎక్కడ ఉందో అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఆ ఆకాంక్ష అనే ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ ఏ డేటా ఫైల్ ఏ ఎక్స్టెంట్ ఏ సెగ్మెంట్ లో ఏ ఎక్స్టెంట్ లో ఏ బ్లాక్ లో ఉంది ఆ బ్లాక్ తీసుకుని ఆకాంక్ష బ్లాక్ తీసుకుని ఇట్ విల్ కీప్ ఇన్ ద డేటాబేస్ బఫర్ క్యాష్. నౌ this is akanksha. This is the the version is v1, the version is v1, and the block is related to akanksha only. Still it did not become akshinta. Okay, so before it becomes, what happens is it will store the old values in undo table space. Why? Because of two reasons. One, ఈ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇచ్చినోడు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నాడో వాడు కమిట్ అయినా చేయొచ్చు, రోల్ బ్యాక్ అయినా చేయొచ్చు ఈ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ని. దట్స్ వై ది undo table space stores the old values, and some other user if doing select, the old values should be displayed to the other users from undo table space. That's why old values are stored in undo table space. Once the old values are stored in undo table space, then in the database buffer cache it will change the value from v1 to v2, and it will change the name from akanksha to akshinta, which is called change vectors. These change vectors are going to redo log buffer cache. From redo log buffer cache, log writer will pick the data and write into the redo log groups. In the meantime, when user ఏం చేశాడు, in the meantime update statement ని commit చేస్తాడు. Commit చేయగానే ఏమైంది, after commit what happens, this version v2 block will become v3 అంటే ఇది committed block. ఇంకా this is committed block. ఈ committed blocks ని dirty blocks అంటాం. ఆఫ్టర్ కమిట్ ఏమైతుందంటే, ఆఫ్టర్ కమిట్ చెక్ పాయింట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్. ఆఫ్టర్ కమిట్ అవ్వగానే చెక్ పాయింట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్. వెన్ చెక్ పాయింట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఇస్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద రెడీలో గ్రూప్ ఫుల్ అయిపోయింది, ఇక్కడ ఈ టైం ఇక్కడ రాసినప్పుడు ఈ టైంలో కమిట్ ఇచ్చాడు యూజర్ has given commit, so it will wait till this redo group is completely filled. When it switches to the second redo group, the SCN number started with 101. So checkpoint change అయింది కాబట్టి checkpoint change number తీసుకెళ్ళి checkpoint will actually write into the data file and control file and data file header. Every data file కి headers ఉంటాయి కదా, data file headers లో control file లో ఈ checkpoint change number రాస్తుంది. రాసిన తర్వాత then it will start or it will invoke DB writer. ఏమని చెప్తా అంటే, ఏ DB writer నేను చెక్ పాయింట్ చేంజ్ నెంబర్ రాసేసాను, ఆ పని అయిపోయింది, ఇప్పుడు నీ పని స్టార్ట్ చేయి. నా DB writer ఏం చేస్తా అంటే, ఈ కమిటెడ్ వాల్యూ ఉంది కదా, ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ ద కమిటెడ్ వాల్యూ అండ్ ఇక్కడ లాక్ ఏదైతే పడిందో ఆ లాక్ ని తీసేసి వాల్యూని మార్చేస్తుంది అక్షింత అని. ఇంకా లాక్ ఓపెన్ అయిపోతుంది. సో దట్ ఎవ్రీ యూజర్ కెన్ సీ అక్షింత ఫ్రమ్ నౌ ఆన్వర్డ్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ కమిట్. దిస్ ఇస్ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. అర్థమైందా? ఎవ్రీవన్ క్లియరా? క్రిస్టల్ క్లియరా?
Crystal clear, sir.
Crystal clear.
Yeah, Krishna, I have one question.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Q&A start చేద్దాం. Wait. So this is all about the update statement. Very important, guys. An update statement is very, 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 very important. Trust me, in each and every interview, confirm ga select gani update gani confirm ga untadi. So you people have to be very good and thorough with the update statement. When you are good at update statement, automatically select statement kuda అయిపోతుంది update statement తో పాటు. So this is all about today. I believe the class is amazing and you people are able to understand the concept behind the update statement, what exactly happens in the background architecture lo em jarugutundi when update statement is given, what exactly happening in the background. So now you people are able to understand is what I feel. Other than that, nothing to share today. Thank you so much for joining. So recording పంపిస్తాను, ఒకటికి 2-3 సార్లు వినండి, ఇంటే మీకు ఇంకా క్లియర్గా క్లారిటీ వచ్చేస్తుంది. Then you people can start attempting the exam from tomorrow. Okay, all the best for tomorrow's exam, starting with the first set of people. Okay, 15 people I'll pick up and I'll start taking the exam basically. So I wish you guys all the best. So your resumes, your jobs, your things depends on the exam marks that you actually get. So I wish you people all the best, and other than that, nothing to share today. Thank you so much for joining. And now the Q&A session will be started, question and answer session. You people can start asking me questions. Feel free to ask me any question you have, and I'll be happy to answer. Other than that, thank you so much.